Hi YouTube, it's Beck here from Curated. I'm in my study area, which I've been or sewing area, which I've been kind of sorting out for pretty much the whole day. I've had such a busy couple of weeks where Sydney Quilt Show, then a trip to Melbourne, and then I was teaching at Green Door last week. Green Door Studios, which is in Robertson, New South Wales, which is an amazing experience. I'm going to talk about a little bit more about that later. Firstly, I'm going to apologise. This is probably going to be a long video. I'm going to show you all the beautiful things that I've been collecting for making textile kits for myself, for the new shop space, which, isn't going anywhere at the moment, hopefully starting this week. But anyway, all the things. And I'm going to start with, I just picked up 2 fabrics, actually 3. A little Liberty Lolly. I'm not sure if the shop calls them Liberty Lollies, but 2, 1, who is this? Just a lovely red and pink gingham. I love red and pink. It is, I don't even know which fabric producer that is. Anyway, it's this one. Red and pink gingham on the bias, which I love. And also this is a Liberty quilting cotton. I had it in the shop ages ago. I just wanted it actually to make a new Happy Clappy cushion with. And then I couldn't resist this little Liberty Lolly with the neon touches. That's Wiltshire, one of the new kind of Wiltshires. So I got those from JG Discounts, which is a lovely fabric store in Melbourne. When I was in Melbourne about 2 or 3 weeks ago now. So that was all the new fabric that I purchased, or really any new stuff that I purchased. Just going to proviso that with that mostly I get new fabric from my own store. Like I get to choose what I want to stock, and it's generally what I want to stitch with. So I do love to support other quilt shops, and will do so wherever I can. But JG's was the only one that I actually I think it's GJ's, sorry. GJ's Discount Fabrics was the only one that I actually managed to visit whilst I was in Melbourne. So in addition to those lovely fabrics, I also, just going to move that out of the way for the moment. We were in Melbourne to visit my mum, who's recently gone into a nursing home, and support my father, who's, at home, and they've been married for a very long time. And, it's a big adjustment for everybody. When I was at Dad's one day, I thought all Mum's linen had been cleared out. I'm not sure how, but I thought somebody maybe had helped and cleared out the linen cupboard, but I found some beautiful bits. So I love this kind of drawn thread work. So a set of napkins, lovely tablecloth. This isn't actually my favourite, but it is because it's my mum's. These all need a big soak. Little cloth, little set of doilies, lovely white work. I love this one because that can go into a needle book. It'd be really lovely, like folded like so, to be little pockets. Drawn thread work and cross stitch, which I love. My mum taught me how to do cross stitch. This lovely pink, it's very fine. It's got stains on it. Not sure if they'll come out with soaking. It's a lovely light pink with some kind of thread work and applique in a pattern I've never seen before. So I can't wait to incorporate that into something. This very fine, beautiful linen tablecloth with white, or like table runner, probably it is, with white work, and this very stained up old tablecloth. Also not my favourite, but kind of my favourite because it's my mum's, although I do really love the lace on the side of that. So I picked those, I didn't pick them up. My dad, let me have those. He's not really using this kind of thing anymore. so that I can incorporate them into some of my projects, and they'll be that much more special to me because they're from my mum. Either made or collected by her, I'm not really sure. She was a very good sewer herself. So some of them may have been made by her or not. We will never know at this point. I also picked up when I was there, and I'd asked my dad about it. I'd been looking for this book because of the Roxy sisters, Sarah and Rachel, doing their field notes. Now, I knew my mum had it. In fact, oh no, I was about to say I might have given it to her, but I didn't give it to her. That's the card that came, like, when she was gifted it. I know I've given her a diary at some point of it. Anyway, here is the beautiful Edwardian Lady field notes by Edith Holden. So I'm just going to have a look at that. I probably do not have time to join in. I've got a lot still on my plate, but I am really inspired by everybody that is sharing beautiful things. So that's all the things that I got from my mum my mum and dad whilst I was in Melbourne. I might do China next. We're moving to a bigger space, hopefully soon, who knows. I like when people are stitching at the shop to have beautiful old teacups, and we have our tea out of that. So this one I've bought a $10 set. It's English and it's Royal Vale. I'm not sure I've ever heard of that. I just kind of I like the colours and, cute. And then also I picked up this pink one because I love pink. I think this was quite expensive. It's not got its tag anymore. It's a 3, plate, teacup and saucer as well. And I think it was expensive, but I'm not sure how much. This one I picked up from an op shop for $10. So op shops have become really expensive, I feel, recently. But I do love this one. What is that? Fine bone chainer, made in England. Doesn't say the maker. I love that. Also from an op shop, and expensive. 2 teacups, 1 saucer, $20. So, but conversely, I guess the op shops near me are selling teacups for like $25 a single one. And these ones to me are very beautiful. And if I break one of the cups, I've got a spare, which is lovely. And last, no. Okay. I also picked up other china. Hold on, I'm just going to move this out of the way. So I also picked up from op shops this lovely Japanese, it's Noritake jug. I thought that was very pretty. I love a jug. Put flowers in them, water my plants with. I just like to have them, and I thought that was a lovely addition. I pick up little teacups when I love them because I like to make pin cushions in them. And this one, it's a coffee cup, so not a teacup. It was on the way down to Melbourne in Chiltern, I think. There was lots of lovely vintage shops. So if you're doing a drive between Sydney and Melbourne, or Newcastle and Melbourne like we were, there were lots of lovely vintage shops in Chiltern, and my kids were horrified that I made them stop there for a while. I also picked up this little blue teacup because I like to, again, make pin cushions with them. This little dish here I just thought was very sweet. Lovely pink daisies. I will probably put a magnet on the bottom and use that as a pin dish, probably in the shop. Okay, so those things. Oh, I think this is probably a creamer. It was $3 from Vinnie's. I just thought it was really lovely, and it's a teapot for one. I'm going to use it as a teapot for one when I make myself a little cup of tea at the shop, like a proper one. I picked up this one. It's as is, was $10 at an op shop in Melbourne. I just really love this. So I think it's as is because there's some small little chips on the spout there. But it's very pretty, and I'll probably have it for sale actually in the shop. I'm not sure what I'd do with it, except if I plant a plant in it, which would be very beautiful. For myself, I picked up the most gorgeous little Fowlerware green bowl. It's tiny. I've never seen one this small. I really love it. I love that vintage green color. It will be probably just a scrap bowl where I'm working, maybe by my bed. Might be better than what I currently have, but I really love it. Lovely pepper spice holder from Japan. I love the Japan stuff. This one I particularly love green again, but also it's got a little daisy on it, and I thought that was very sweet. I think this was quite expensive. I think it was $20, and I just decided I wanted it. I'm not quite sure though. What else have I got from op shops? Oh, this one, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I think there's a slight chip in that lip there, but just gorgeous. And his, I think, was a bargain for $2 in an op shop. Just beautiful. Beautiful big old mixing bowl. This one's just from China. So it says on the bottom, not just from China, made in China. I like the brownie color of that, but I also like the size of that. And I tend to keep pearl threads in those in the shop for a kind of fun way to display them. So that's like a shop thing. What else in Melbourne? Oh, lovely plate, $4, and it is a Royal Doulton, which I thought was pretty special for $4, like that. So we might use that just in the shop, or maybe not, I'm not sure. Now this one I just love. It is stained around here. I didn't know whether I should try and gumption it. I just probably broke it. It has Hoffman Australia on it. I just loved that the base was blue, the inside was pink, and the lid was pink, and then the underside of the lid is just kind of a glazed clay colour. But I don't know what I'm going to use that for. It spoke to me. I really like the bottom of it with that design. Obviously you can't see that when it's up this way. So who knows what I'm doing with that. I just couldn't leave it behind. So it came home with me. And I think last but not least, oh no, that's not true. Hold on. I got a lovely jar. I love these jars. They sell really well in the shop. So I'll put this in the shop. People store all sorts of things in them. Just love the pressed glass. Sometimes they have older lids on them. This one does not. So interestingly, I saw these selling in lots of places in Melbourne for like $20, $25. This one I picked up at an op shop for $4. So I was pleased with that. Picked up a little sewing basket. It's got its handle broken, but I really did like its raffia kind of bits there. It had some, like, it's got the handle, so I might see if I can fix that somehow. I'm not really sure how I would, but just keeping it in there for the moment. There were some lovely glass buttons in this, some special buttons, some old threads, a couple of lovely, I love all the pin cushions. I mean, pin cushions. I love all the thimbles. And a little pair of scissors, just, you know, some bits and bobs, a birch needle threader. Look, I don't know. I can't resist them. I love them very much. And, you know, it's green, so it was coming home with me. Last but not least of the non-fabric buying. In 2 places in Melbourne, I found this one first, and if I'd found this one first, I wouldn't have bought this one. They're both $25. This one I found in Chiltern, which I mentioned before, had good vintage stores, and it's just not as nice a colour as this one. This one looks more authentic. And then this one, I'm not sure where I found it, but I know it was $25, and I'm on my kick of darning mushrooms, so that came from my collection. I picked up 3 and they were $2 each, which is a bargain. Like in Newcastle, these are often over $10, $15, but silver plated napkin rings, which I will make, what will I make in them? Pin cushions, obsessed with pin cushions. I'm not sure why that's there. There's a old vintage wooden sewing reel. It's empty. These were 50 cents each. I just thought they might be kind of cute for somebody that wanted to put, I might actually put some beautiful vintage fabrics in them. They're a little gift that won't be very expensive for a sewing friend. I thought they were very sweet little tins. So they came home with me. And then this I paid too much for because it's broken. It is a sewing basket without its lid. And, you know, it's got this, and it should have had one over here, but that one's missing. And I might actually remove that one so we can focus more on this. I thought it would be a good storage item for at the shop. I think I paid $20 for that, which is ridiculous. I think it is ridiculous. But, you know, sometimes that's what I do, pay ridiculous amounts for broken things. But, you know, I'm sure it will be admired in the shop storing something. So that is everything that I picked up in Melbourne that's not fabric related, and then I'm just going to go and grab the fabrics. Okay, now the bit you're probably actually here for is the vintage textiles I got either in Melbourne, on the way to Melbourne, or on the way back from Melbourne. I didn't stop at the sewing basket or anything like that. When we're driving from Newcastle to Melbourne, we tend to do it in one day. We leave early, and like I kind of strategically plan our stops around shops that I might like to visit. So I got this one. Cute, needs a soak. Also cute. That'd actually be, both of those would be lovely in Gosling quilt, a couple of doilies. What is this? Oh, I bought these. I was about to say, I'm not sure why I bought that kind of funny looking kookaburra. I do like the good night. I might actually put that on my quilt at the back wall. I just really like this guy. It's embroidered. It kind of looks like it's hobby tex almost. It's not hobby tex. It's embroidered. And I thought he was very sweet. I think I got that from a vintage shop we stopped at, and it wasn't particularly cheap. It wasn't super expensive either, but I just thought it was quirky enough that I needed it. Also just pretty. This one I liked a lot. I like it when it's on a different colour often. They're just that little bit different, and I thought that was sweet. So unfortunately, I don't know the prices for these. I will tell you that all of this was really reasonable, except I'll tell you when it wasn't reasonable. Little, what's that called? Table runner. This one, I'm a bit obsessed with fruit. Did think the cherries were quite cute. Like I probably wouldn't use that as it is, but the cherries out of it, and you know, this could be very sweet when cut down, but as a big thing, not so much. Crinoline lady. I'm like, what is that? A windmill. Windmill. I think that might have been in a bundle. Lovely. Like the sandwich shapes, because they're really good in needle books. So when you're out looking, if you're liking to do things like you see me doing, these ones are really good to go into a needlebook. Couple of linen and lace. That's very fine lace and very pretty. Also very nice and fine. Everything needs a soak. It's probably out of a church, wouldn't you say? I'm not sure. Fine. This one's quite lovely. The lace is beautiful, like absolutely beautiful, but I quite like the stitching that's on the linen in the center. And it's very, like I can tell that's linen, but it's very, very fine linen. Lovely tablecloth with raised kind of applique, so stuffed applique. I would say that is hand done. Lovely edge on there, which will be nice in lots of things. So a small, like a card tablecloth. I think that and that came together from one op shop. It was $12 for the two, which I thought was a good price. And there's this lovely linen, like a kind of taupey kind of colour. And it's got the basket on 4 corners. I think this basket's not finished. I didn't notice that. But I would probably cut that up into various things, and it may be that the flowers are used separate, like removed from the basket, but lovely embroidery work. Now, I paid a ridiculous amount for this because of the centre bit. So I love this green. We've all discussed that. I love the glass beads as well, but I'd remove them to use it. It's just, I really like this raised bit, and I think this is the Journal Nest, Kate from the Journal Nest, who's just, I had the pleasure of meeting properly. I'd met her at the Sydney Quilt Show actually, but actually kind of spending some time with at Green Doors, and I think her 3D-ness of her work maybe rubbed off on me, and I purchased this. I think this, don't die, was $25. It's for me. You know, not trying to get that money back or anything like that. It's going to be used and it's going to be loved. This is a giant tea towel. Look at the puppies. Look how cute they are. It's never been used. It's so sweet. Now, this one was more expensive. It came from a vintage shop. It's got beautiful lace in there and beautiful drawn thread work. It's not perfect. It's not in perfect condition, but I did think it was just beautiful. It needs a big soak. It's got some marks on it. Cute center here. Lovely. That also would be very nice in the Gosling quilt. Now, this was also expensive. I'm really loving, so I would probably use these flowers individually. Now, I'm not sure if this is the Roxy sisters or if it's Kate that from the Journal Nest that has influenced me there, but I'm just kind of in love with this at the moment. It's a beautiful linen. It's a big piece of cloth. I think it was like $50, which probably people are going to think is ridiculous. I just think these will be so sweet in things. You know, sometimes when I buy stuff for kits and stuff, because I'll use some of that and I'll probably kit some of it up, you take a loss on bits of it because overall it's very sweet. Look at this sauce. Might embroider away on there, saucy. Some swans. It's upside down, just a little centre doily, which I need to replace because lots of those got used in at Green Door. Little butterfly piece, just a little purple and green, couple of sweet hankies. There's one there. I love the hankies. This is a very fine embroidered piece. I've paid $2 for that. Now, I'm not sure what this is because it's got folded corners. Really cute embroidery. I really like it. I probably won't pull this apart. I'd probably put it into a needlebook or include it in a needlebook kit. Might be like if you turn that over, like put something with more weight inside there and use that as the exterior, that could be lovely because it's got really lovely blue crochet, hand crochet edging on it. So I thought that was very nice. Another little, I'm nearly out of these. They are, so when you see these fine little lace doilies, they're always good. That was $1. This was $1 as well. Also, like, I don't like crochet doilies as a general rule, but for some reason, the ones that are made out of the shinier crochet thread, I find better. This I really liked. Is it a napkin? I'm not really sure. It's got some lovely applique, hand applique on it. It's just really cute and pretty. Lovely tablecloth, lots of embroidery on there. So all around the, like, it's got 4 motifs like that. So lots of usable things for whatever it gets used in. Always going to pick up a pink drawn threadwork thing. Oh, I quite like this one. Also, these two were from Chiltern and they were $1 each at the op shop. Are you awake? I kind of love that. That'll probably go into my quilt that I am making, which I'm going to have on my bed. Oh, look at this little napkin with the little house on it. I think there's a couple of those. Just love those. They need a good soak, but lovely. Little white handkerchief bag. I love the bags because they're really good to use in a huss with. They're already made. They're always fun and fantastic. So there's this one as well, which also can be used in a huss with. And if you were going to use it in a huss with, you'd be guided by the width of this to make your huss with that wide. Okay, I've just been talking to myself for about 10 minutes because I turned off the camera somehow. I'm not even sure. So we're going to go backwards. I hope I don't kind of repeat on myself. Look, one piece of fabric, I think it was $2. I quite liked it. Not as it is, but cut down would be very sweet. Lovely linen lace and some hankies, another tablecloth. These pieces I picked up because the lace was quite lovely. This was $2, 2 hand towels, hand embroidered, still in its original pack, which is lovely, from Jeff Coates Stevenson in Sydney. Couple of lovely linen napkins with some drawn thread work and a little bit of embroidery, $1 each at Finney's. This tablecloth was $3. It's massive. Bit of a bargain from one of the op shops that I also bought that Royal Dalton platter at. I think that was $4 and this was $3. And the lady in the shop said, oh, I always think this op shop is so expensive, but you've just found the absolute bargain. So I was super stoked with those. Hi. I've got the most massive bag of soaking you'll ever see. Look at that giant tower of things that is home from the shop. Like there, I have organised it all this morning, which I'm quite excited about. And I'm going to flip you around and show you what I've got to soak. And it's been really ratty weather around here, like very wet. Sorry, you've got Tom making lots of noises over there. And I'll turn you around and show you the bag that I've got to do soaking, plus all those things that I've just shown you. So all of this, these are some aprons that I've bought, but all the things that I've been buying lately that need soaking. Sorry, that was a bad video. And all of those need to be soaked. Like it's a massive bag. So that's where we're at. I'll continue to do some more hauls because I've got lots more to show you. Happy stitching, everyone.